Well, hello. My name is Miss Leslie and welcome to class. Today we are going to learn about shells and we're going to draw using Fibonacci. So it's super exciting. I love learning about it and I hope that you do too. So we're going to put this right here. Not all shells are like this, but this one is pretty close. I'll show you some, trial that I did, and I'll show you how I did it. First of all, Fibonacci numbers are a sequence, like it would be like 1 plus 0 equals 1 plus 1, always going to go to this number right here and add it to the next sequence, equals 2. And then we're going to go back to this, plus 1 equals 3. We're going to go back here and add this on to the 3 to get 5. And we're going to go back here and get 8 and add this on and get, oops, I want to do an equal sign there, 13. So that is like the numbers that are often in nature. So it's really exciting. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do this swirl. And this swirl you see a lot in nature, like waves, the seed pattern in a sunflower, this swirl in the shell. It's pretty common. So it's just fun to see that. And then these numbers here are also like the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 5 and the 8 and so on, is like those numbers end up being numbers that you'll often see in nature too. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a square. And of course this isn't perfect, so because like we're artists, so it's going to be just kind of a guess, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this like as if it was 8. It's like we have this 8 right here, and as if it was 5 parts of it. So this part, of course, has 4 parts, and so we would add on another part right like that. And then we're going to draw the square just the best we can. It's okay. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to divide this in, make sure that like that's 4 equal parts. We're going to do that, and we're going to do this like that. And then we're going to keep drawing this, and we'll get smaller and smaller as we go. And the fun thing about this is that eventually we just can't see it anymore. So we just won't worry about it, but it technically would go on and on forever. And then we're going to start making these curves like this. And this is like, if you imagine like a wave coming up, it's going to crest up and come over. And a hurricane is going to make this curve as well, if you look straight down on it. And so there we got our shell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline this in pen so you can see it better. And I'm going to bring this right there. Now, another fun thing is we're going to do some cross-hatching. And I thought it would be fun if we did cross-hatching Fibonacci style. So let's make ourselves a clock right here in a square. Let's just say this is 12 o'clock, this is 3 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock, and this is 9 o'clock. Let's see what the cross-hatching would look like if we did 1 o'clock. So do like this. Like if this was the hand that went to the 1 and just do all the cross hatching like that. So we're going to start out doing cross hatching for our shading that is all 1 o'clock cross hatching. Okay, so we're going to do this. And I'm going to make this, just gonna do that. So this is our first layer, and we're gonna have it all be the same. Now some of these lines, we are going to follow the shape of the shell because that's gonna give it a nice, look. But this first one, we're just gonna have some fun here. Then the next one is, let's just say this is 1 o'clock and this is 2 o'clock. So our next cross hatching is going to be like that. And the neat thing about this is we don't want our cross hatching to be like this. That is something we don't want. We want them more diamond shaped and more off to the side. Oh, you know what? I should probably do this in pen because then it will be easier to see. And as we come off each line, we are going to break it because that's going to help with the shaded look. So we are rarely going to do just lines that, I mean, we can, but we want to add some dots or some dashes after each line. And once we get this done, we're going to do the 2 o'clock, and then we're going to do a 3 and a 5, but the 8 o'clock, of course, is the same as the 2. So we're just going to use, we're going to do the 1, 2, 3, and 5. So the next one is going to be this angle right here, and this is the 2 o'clock. So, and we'll just go through that, and then we're going to do, after that, we're going to do the 5 o'clock. And then we'll do like more like of a scribble. So we did the 1 o'clock and the 2 o'clock, and now we're going to do the 3 o'clock one. So I'm going to do this one, and okay, I'm just going to do it a little bit more. And this one though, I'm going to curve. So that you'll be able to see, follow some shape with the shape of our shell. But I'm going to have some part of it be like more straight, like the 3 o'clock. Then the next one, I'm going to do the 5 o'clock. So it's going to be this one. So I'm going to go through, and with each one, I'm going to do like some dashes or some dots afterwards. So that it ends up looking better than it would if they were just lines. But this way, if you have next to you on your paper the lines that you want to do, then your work is going to end up being more consistent, and it's going to be fun. And just as you get where it's supposed to be lighter, you can just keep bringing this up. Then the last one, where it's very dark, we're going to do just some scribbles. And this can just be like going in circles, changing directions. It's like little squiggles. This is really nice to do up next to your hard line so that that hard line doesn't show so much. And there we have our Fibonacci shell, and all we need to do is erase our guidelines. And we have a super cool shell that we can then paint or whatever you feel you would like to do with it. I guess with it, the lines erased, I'm going to add in some dots too, where I think, you know, the shading could be a little better. So it can be a little more graded. Take these right up against the line so that it, our eye isn't so drawn to that line. And of course, the shadow, right? You got to add the shadow in. There again, you want to do like some broken lines. So we have our shell, but we also have on our shell some lines that grew on the shell as it was formed. So we don't want to do solid lines. We want to do kind of broken lines so that it gives what it really looks like. And then I'm going to do some lighter ones on either side. And then it does have some darker shading right here. So we're going to follow our guidelines. We're going to do this inner marking of the shell, have it go in, and then we'll do like some shorter ones. You don't have to do it exactly how it is, just do like enough to give it that that look of, it's got that kind of swirled in there. All right. Super cool. We have got our Fibonacci shell. And I would love to see your work, and we'll see you next time. Bye.